Your itinerary is being recalculated. Your destination is 1.5 miles away.
Come take a ride with us.
What you know about top down in the Mustang? Going about above 50 on the highway. In the fast lane. In the fast lane.
Okay.
What you know about just driving down the interstate? No destination in my way. In the fast lane.
Hey, I'll give him a yes if you ready.
In the fast lane.
Yes. Moving, cruising, trying to stay in my lane. Bye-bye to Mary Jane. Oh wow, how life changed for the better. Had to change gears cause I kept reversing back to my old ways, looking for the cheddar. I'm still chilling in the hood like an engine, but I'm just planting seeds trying to help the youth have a great beginning. Instead of getting drunk and spinning like some chrome rims, they need help, it's to the point they can't phone friends. Without the peer pressure, up in this dark world, we need high beams, don't get hit like a deer or squirrel. Through Christ we all can make it, just let him take the wheel. You feeling sleepy, don't crash, then go through the windshield. We love the fast lane, but sometimes gotta take it slow. You hear them 12s in the back, your trunk about to blow. My tank full, cause my cup is always overflowing. I mash the gas in the fast lane, you see me rolling.
Top down in the Mustang. Going about above 50 on the highway. In the fast lane.
Riding with the chief.
In the fast lane. What you know about just driving down the interstate? No destination in my way. In the fast lane. In the fast lane.
Sometimes when I be riding, I just pray to the Father. Grateful to be chasing him instead of chasing the dollar. Cause this world is full of sharks as I be facing piranhas. I'm all about shalom, so I drive away from the drama. My eyes on the road, the Ruach gives a clear view. Leaving all the sin in my past in my rear view. Spreading his word to anybody who will seek help. And since I got the Torah, I don't really need a seatbelt. A student of the word, learning as I read. A servant of a higher, he supplies my every need.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Let everybody know we live. Get everybody in here. We got a good one for y'all tonight. Subscribe, like, share.
Everybody sharing scripts, we all part of the fold. Iron sharpening iron, metal grinding, doing 90 on Abba's highway, and in this lane is where you'll find me.
Top down in the Mustang. Going about above 50 on the highway. In the fast lane.
Come take a ride with us.
In the fast lane. What you know about just driving down the interstate? No destination in my way. In the fast lane.
All praises.
In the fast lane.
Maybe a little confusion because in the King James it says the wages of sin is death. Well, how do you hook that together? Well, first of all, understand the devil is not trying to get you to sin. He's just trying to get you to keep the law. Because if he can get you to keep the law, you will sin. And what many people think, they think Satan's trying to get you to sin. And Satan's trying to tempt you to do this or to do that. No, no. All he's trying to get you to do is to keep the law.
Oh, hell no!
Okay.
No church, ravenous wolves and leeches. Crazy nowadays, most of the fools are preachers. Churches, camps, the occult schools and teachers manipulate the masses, they just tools with features. It's crazy how they love it when they hate you. It's crazy how they jealous cause they ain't you. These serpents, they pretend to be your friend, but you learn in the end that they always had an angle. On my shoulders there's a demon and an angel. That roaring lion looking for whom to mangle. Be careful who you make yourself subject to. Chain of command can be a noose to hang you. They teaching that the Torah is over and done, and that Hamashiach is really both father and son. Praising the cross, but I know if he was shot instead of that pagan symbol, then I bet they be wearing a gun.
No church, no church, no church,
Cause they only want your money, y'all.
no church, no church, no
Times
church,
got you looking like a dummy, y'all.
no church, no church. Don't touch that dial. As a matter of fact, hit that subscribe button and kick back. This is Inside the Nation Radio. It's showtime. Every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get it poppin', 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 get it poppin'.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Welcome back to another Thursday night Inside the Nation Radio. I'm your host, Abaya Israel. And my co-host not with me tonight. We had a good show last week, but I got another special guest that's going to be with us tonight. We're going to introduce him shortly. But before we do that, I'm going to give all glory, all honor, and all praise to the Most High God of Yasharallah in the name of his son. And I want to say what's up to the chat. Quick shout out to the chat. What's going on to all the mods. I'm no longer naming people name by name because I went down the list last week, right? And as soon as the show was over, as soon as I went in there, my wife was like, you ain't say my name. I was like, I didn't see you on the list. I was going down the list. And if you wasn't on the list, then you hadn't commented at that time. So I'm a cover all points, right? Everybody, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm glad y'all joined us tonight. Got a good show lined up for y'all. Y'all see the title, Cocaine in the White House. Hey, y'all know what's going on, man. Y'all President Joe Blow getting a quick blow. Something going on, right? Something going on. But before we go even get into that, let's go ahead. We're going to get our guest on here. This is King the Prophet. Shalom, 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 shalom. Can you hear us?
Shalom, shalom, brother. Yes, sir.
All right, that's what it is. Man, hey, listen, if y'all not familiar with this brother, he was with us in Brew League 1 and 2, right? He was in both Brew Leagues. I know you was all the way in the Final Four in part 1, right? Or was that part 2?
I went to the championship in part 1.
To the championship in part 1, yeah. I mean, one of my favorite artists in the Brew League, man. Always, one thing I loved about this brother right here, he has a mind to know business, music, and just maturity all the way around, right? Because when we do the Brew League, we do it for the sake of promotion and, getting brothers, together, uniting, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? The brother saw the vision from the start. And if it probably wasn't from some different type of voting, I don't know now. We might be talking to the Brew League champion right now. I don't know, man. What's going on with y'all?
So that, man, I appreciate that. Absolutely. It's a blessing to be here.
Kind. That's what it is, man. Hey, listen, we know you got a new album, and we're not going to say the name of the album right now. So those first songs y'all heard, man, that was straight from the album. We're going to get into that in a second. You know what I mean? Get into the album. And the reason I'm holding off on the name of the album right now, because it's a very interesting name. And I got to ask a question about that, right? It's a very interesting name. But before we get to that, hey, so, Big Eye, let me ask you a question, man. What's going on with your president? Joe Blow.
Oh, listen, I'm separated from the military now, bro. I'm a veteran. That ain't my president.
Hey, man, I heard Joe getting a blow in the White House, man. Hey, chat, y'all heard? What's wrong? What's going on with y'all president? Let me see a 1 in the comment section for everybody who voted for Joe the crack blow. It's my something. Hey, they say so. The Secret Service found cocaine in the White House, right? And it was just outside. From what I understand, it was just outside of the Oval Office. Now, I don't know a lot about the White House. I don't get all into the history and everything. I just whatever. But, 2 plus 2 is 4 unless we're living in some type of other universe, so alternate universe or something. But 2 plus 2 is 4. So if it's just outside the White House, the Oval Office, now he do be saying a lot of weird stuff. But, hey, he just be walking and then he fall. And then all of a sudden we find cocaine. Bruh. And then we find cocaine outside your door, right? So that raises the question, like, bro, what Joe Blow, what you really got going on over there in D.C., bro? What you really got going on? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I know access to that Oval Office is limited to restricted personnel only.
When they do the tours, do the tours go through that Oval Office, Sometimes? Oh, okay.
But even during the tour, it's like controlled.
It's controlled. Now, my question would be, how well do they pat people down, and how well do they, see if you got something on you? Like, do they just search for weapons? Do they go in your pocket?
It's pat downs, it's metal detectors. You got to do a background check just to even go to the White House.
So the chances of somebody sneaking some crack in the White House ain't too likely. So okay. All right. Now I got a mod. I ain't gonna say no names, but I do have a mod that mod has the ability to get anything anywhere. I ain't gonna say her name. She'll tell on herself here in a second. But she's crafty like that. She's slick and smooth like that. She get anything anywhere. But man, let me ask you this question. Let's jump on this album real quick. I got a question about it. Let me put it up. This is the album cover. It's called Goat Killer. Now I gotta ask you this now, because I'm curious. It's a lot of brothers dropping music in Israel, man. You got an album called Goat Killer. A lot of brothers claim to be the GOAT. What does that mean? Why did you label that Goat Killer?
So it's multifaceted. So Goat Killer, obviously, right out the gate, you see the goat, you see the blades, you see the blood, the sacrifice. I'm killing the goats. This album was intended to set a statement, killing all the goats. So if I'm killing all the goats, that means I am the GOAT, the true GOAT.
Fatality.
But it also means flawless victory.
I'm listening, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's
going to be a couple of them brothers that's going to watch this show and they're going to want to question that, right?
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, you know, they might be coming for your throne. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, I let my work speak for myself.
So you feel like you the GOAT?
Absolutely.
Hey man, we're gonna check out. Listen, this is a fire album, man. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. We're going to play a couple songs, a couple tracks on here. Matter of fact, let me get one right now. You know what I mean? And listen, what you think about us, and it just dawned on me right now. So it's just we gonna what they do? Play it or boot it. That's what I'm gonna call it. I want the fire.
Play it or boot it.
Play it or boot it. I want the fire if y'all want me to keep playing it, and I want some what? They got boot emojis? They got boot emojis?
I think so.
Give me some boot emojis if y'all want me to boot it. But listen, I ain't too worried about this brother music, man. So when y'all see this music, man, y'all got it. Matter of fact, let me start off. Damn, she already put a boot in there. Oh, she's showing me it's a boot. Good Lord. I was finna say. There we go. Excuse me. Play it or slay it. I like that better. Play it or slay it. Play it or slay it.
So the slay, you gotta do the little sword in there. Then you gotta put the sword on that thing.
Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Play it or slay it. So if we got play it, give us a fire. If we got slay it, then y'all go ahead and just put the swords in there. I'm gonna play one of my favorites. Let's check this out.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
This thing ain't gonna lie now. Gotta listen up. Be rocking it. Just let y'all know I ghost wrote this.
Let's get it. Solemn prophet.
Babylon is falling, the Most High is setting a proper siege. The end is coming, Mishpachah, this is prophecy. Living lawless, I'm asking where the word at. His eye is on the sparrow, but they asking where the bird at. I gotta be real, never been part of a camp. Wasn't looking for approval, but Yasha gave me the stamp. Examine the whole matter, my jack got a long reach. We the saying of the sea, ain't talking about Long Beach. Ain't about the violence, but you know I keep a punchline. Eating all these rappers like I'm standing in a lunch line. It's lunchtime and crunch time, you could never touch mine. Fighting for the Most High, I be standing on the front lines.
All I'm seeing is fire so far. We'll see.
Fungus. I be searching out imposters like I played Among Us. They too worried about titles, they so full of greed, when they should be focused on the Torah, not bloodlines with seed. With this rap shit for me is just competitive. They flows is alien to me, and I'm the predator. But competition's part of the game. This is a ministry. I spread a message with my words. I just do it lyrically. I spit artillery, no fear in me, no literally, no fear in me. I got the Ruach killing all the tyranny. I spray shots, like they arson rounds on the track. MCs come up missing like they lost and found. Can't feel the Father, repentance getting harder. Gotta wash away my wickedness. Baptism water, dedication to my Abba. Be a father to my daughter. Raise my sons to be some kings ever since they was some toddlers. Crazy looking back, the road been full of lessons. Pain and strife, but also had love and blessings. I can't help but feel anointed. How I came up out the dark, it's like a flood was all around me, but I came up out the ark. Bars of tribulation to revelation over. My pen will bring a flood.
Man, listen. I ain't gonna play it all. Y'all gotta go stream the man music if you want it. You gotta go stream it. Yeah, I can't. See, we can't give it all to them because if they listen to this, then they gonna just sit here and get it here. Nah, go stream it. Hey, listen. Look at the chat though. Look at the chat. So that's a definite play it. That's a definite play it. Hey, look, wait, no source. So ain't nobody slaying it. That's a definite play it. Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, listen. I'm gonna let them in on a little secret. You ready? I was supposed to feature on this track. That's the same. Oh snap! I was gonna do I was gonna do the little kitty raps. 1, 2, 3, ABC. That's the most I can rhyme. But I was supposed to feature on that track. Tell him I ain't lying. You asked me to done track, man. You know.
Listen, I've been trying to get a bio on the track for 3 years. He keep ducking me.
Every time I see it coming, I gotta run the other way. Y'all, hey, listen.
Hey, but you finally in the neighborhood now, Ox. So you can't run from me too long.
Oh yeah, you right down the street. Hey, listen, y'all heard that man lyrics. You think I'm finna get on track with the dude? Like you really think I'm finna get out there and embarrass myself like that? Nah, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Though, I got some questions wrote down here. I want to ask you because I listened to the album. You know what I'm saying? Even going down. You know what I'm saying? Was traveling. We was in Georgia at the time when you first sent it to me, and was coming down to Florida. And so I just listened to the whole album. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I ain't got enough time, so I'm finna listen to everything. So I got some questions on it, man. Like the usual, like inspiration. Because this is to me, because we actually haven't even had this conversation yet about the album. Right, to me, this is different from the norm. Am I wrong? This is different from the norm.
Nah, you're definitely right.
I'm listening to him like, wait, this is a little different. Oh, wait, hold on. These sound like shots. That's what I'm scared. But I'm listening to it like even that song right there, like that's one of my favorites. I actually got like a serious list of favorites on this album, right? Mm-hmm. What was your inspiration, or who was your inspiration, or what was your motivation to take this route that you took right here?
Got you. It was you, bro. No, just kidding.
I appreciate that. I'm trying to inspire more.
It started off. I was gonna do an EP, and I say that all the time. I'm gonna do an EP, then it evolved into an album. But it started off because I was gonna do a couple songs, just make some statements, man. Honestly,
I've been 22 songs on
Israel for some years, huh?
Got 22 songs. You about an EP, a couple songs. There's 22 songs on that album, man.
I don't know how to be regular. I don't know how to be subpar. Everything I do, it got to be big. You feel me?
Damn.
Because a 17 tracks album is average for me.
Bro, so I don't know how to be regular. Damn. I don't know how to be regular. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I wanted to make a statement. Put my name out there on the map in Israel. There's people that know me. There's people who heard my music, like my music, and everything like that. But it's not getting put out on a massive level like other artists is. Mm-hmm. And the only reason for that is because I don't sound like everybody else. Everybody sounds the same. Mm-hmm. So, when it comes down to it, I've been put up against other artists, other music, you know what I mean, like that. And the quality the quality didn't even match. The bars didn't match. The artistry didn't match. But I saw people basically picking their favorite or picking their friend or their cousin or their brother, and it reflected. And I took it personal, because you got to take it personal in this music industry, especially with your craft. You spend time writing, you spend time making your music, you making sure your breath control is on right, your bars are on right. You know what I'm saying? Your similes, your metaphors, alliteration, all of these things that people that don't make music don't realize. Mm-hmm. A lot of time go into it. So when you put something out, you put time and effort and you put it out, and it's not that it's not received, but it's not received with the respect that is deserved. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So there was some, some instances in the past, came on a couple different competitions and shows and such, and it just I wasn't getting the love that I felt like I deserved. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I'm gonna make something that can't get ignored, right? I'm gonna put something in their ear
So it's
that
like
they gonna have to listen to.
It's like a
and they
revenge
gonna listen
album.
to
Like
it.
you're gonna listen to this. I'm getting my revenge.
Not really revenge. It's like like think of MJ, right? We always talk about MJ on Facebook, right?
Well, you just said you took it personal. So okay,
You say something to MJ. Oh, you don't even gotta say nothing to MJ. He can make up something in his own mind, right?
That's true.
And use that as motivation, and then go out and drop 60 on you. And that's all
true.
This was. This album was just me dropping 60. That's all it was.
That's true. And y'all notice he didn't use LeBron for an example. He used the GOAT. He used MJ for an example. But let me ask you this: with saying that, because that's actually right. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Listen, I get a lot of music. Hey, play this, play that. We got to be honest. I understand we have labeled it, a lot of us, truth music or whatever we're calling it. But we got to be honest with a lot of cats, man. This ain't for you. At least it ain't for you right now. You probably need to grow a little bit, and then maybe it'll be for you. But right here, this ain't for you. Like, we got to be honest. So when you say they pick their favorites, I've seen that. Like, it happens. It happens. But we could look at the regular radio stations, and we hear just trash, garbage. How they got there, though. Connections. I know this person, that person. Mm-hmm. And plus, I'm going to do this for a little favor. With that being said, though, do you think you get the proper... Well, you kind of just answered it. One of my questions was going to be, do you think you get the support that's required from the black community? And if no, why?
I would say from the black community, yes. From
Bruh. Huh?
Hold on. Hold on. I got you. From the black community, yes. But from the truth community, no.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Because I can go into a truth event and say I get, I don't know, 10 plays. But then I'll go back and look at the analytics of how my music is doing. And I'm looking at all these different countries, these different states and cities, and it's going crazy. And I'm like, so it just don't add up. But yeah, absolutely.
I remember you hit me up. You was like, man, after Brewley, I got like 20,000 streams. I was like,
you don't even want to know what it is now.
20,000. If it's 20,000 then, I can't imagine what it is now. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know what I mean? And the sad part about it is what you're saying is absolutely correct, because it was 20,000 then, right? And that was just kind of after the Brew League. But like you're saying, your music playing everywhere else. That's just the Israelite community, or what we call the Israelite community, getting to know it. But other people already know this brother music. This brother ain't just like sitting solo dolo nowhere. He's streaming. You know what I mean? You doing your thing. And like, we have not been introduced to it. Like, the brother's really, really popping. Really popping. Matter of fact, you say you got music playing in overseas. Maybe you inspiring those riots that's going on over there. Y'all heard about that? Anybody in chat? Y'all heard about them riots over there in France? Yeah, I heard it's getting crazy over there.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, man. See what I heard happened. Young brother got shot. Was it a brother? Yeah. Anybody in the chat know about this? Because I didn't do the research. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't researched. Yeah. It's getting real ghetto in France. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a brother or not, but I did hear about a young man losing his life, and they went ham. They went crazy. The video that I watched, they was breaking glasses, flipping cars.
Yeah.
Stuff was on fire.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I seen. Brittany said the police don't even want none. I know she talking about. She talking about the video. Tell me if I'm wrong though. That video with it was like, I don't know, 50 police, 100 police lined up. And they were all dropping their handcuffs on the ground. That's an old video. That video is about 3 or 4 years old. That was completely related to something else. But I seen they're replaying that video as if it's related to the situation in France now, and it's not. But yeah, it's still happening though. You know. It's still happening, man. Maybe they should play, if they ain't playing it already, because you're streaming all over the world, maybe they should play some of their profit. You know what I'm saying? Play some profit, man. Hey, solve all the problems, right?
Hey,
man. One thing I want to say about your craft, Versatility. Check this out. All right, versatility. So we just heard the bars, right? We heard the bars. I'm finna let y'all check out some versatility, right? This is also not only one of my favorite songs. This is my kids' favorite song. And matter of fact, you tried to get my kids to be on the song, and they were playing shy, right? Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. And the song is so dope. The brother's like extremely versatile. Y'all just heard the bars. Let's check out another one. Check this out.
And there were brought unto him little children, that he should put his hands on them and pray. And the disciples rebuked them. But Jesus said, Suffer little children, and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven.
Praise the Most High Elohim, the ruler above everything. Send his son down to redeem. Plus he took one for the team. He tougher than every Marine. Sheol is hotter than steam. Not praising our Father in spirit and truth, and I really don't know what you mean.
In everything, I'll praise the Most High.
What we doing?
Keep the Torah and praise the Most High.
So the Abba.
He's been so good, so praise the Most High.
Oh yeah.
No matter what, I'll praise the Most High.
Get him, son.
Praise the Most High.
What's your name?
My name is Akari. I am a Hebrew and I am not sorry. I am a light, so I'm gonna shine. I think about him always, cause God on my mind. We learn on Shabbat, we call it Bible day. When Daddy teaches, we listen right away. We pray every night as we hold hands. Then we go to bed, cause that is the plan.
Y'all thought I was playing when I said versatility?
We don't eat bacon. Don't celebrate holidays, cause all that is pagan. We keep holy days. Passover was great. We play games and have fun, so please don't be late. In everything, I'll praise the Most High.
Praise him.
Keep the Torah and praise the Most High.
What we doing?
He's been so good, so praise the Most High.
So the Abba.
No matter what, I'll praise the Most High.
Josiah.
Praise the Most High. Grateful to the Lamb. My name is Josiah, but you could call me Cam. Them precepts, we learn them. The enemy, we burn them. We study hard, we pass the quiz. Them prizes, we earn them. Praise the Most High. Sin cannot hide. Bridges ain't nothing if you wicked inside. We keep the law, we do the work. Love your neighbor, don't be a jerk. Be spirit-led, be set apart. A sound mind, don't go berserk. We grow in knowledge, we heed instructions. We want salvation, we don't want destruction. And good times are bad, Messiah's close by. So join in with me and praise the Most High. In everything, I'll praise the
Hey, listen,
Most
y'all gotta go stream it. I'm gonna let this one play all the way out. I think you were like at the end of it, at the last verse, so I'm gonna let it play all the way out. But versatility, y'all gotta go.
I'm the last verse.
Con.
Praise the Most High.
Baby girl.
Praise the Most High.
Yeah.
Every day I do it, my well running over. With holy fluid, got a Bible in my room, and I read it every day. When he said that he loved me, I already knew it. Praise the Most High. He blessed me with some clothes, blessed me with some shoes. Watch a Hebrew pose. I'm so grateful for his grace, and his mercy is the best. Don't deserve to be his daughter, that's why I'm never stressed. Praise the Most High. I'm learning every day. First we read in Torah class, then outside to play. My dinner, he made it. That Dr. Bill, he paid it. But don't get it twisted, he ain't none to play with. In everything, I'll praise the Most High.
They say you need a video for this one. They need a video for this one, man. That's a
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Coming soon. Hey, Gabar, you right. I ghost wrote this one too. You right. You right.
I'll praise the Most High.
Still on the
demon and evil and rotting, I know that they watching, yeah. Don't be a heathen, the most I gon' kill him for sinning and plotting, yeah. You Pharisees come with a scheme, teaching the law but don't know what it mean. Me and my Akis are fishes of men, so we throw them hooks out like we know Kareem. Spit it for God, we don't need a deal. Feeding the hungry, give them a meal. Helping the homeless, cause that's how we feel. We follow Messiah, cause that is what's real. You twisting the scriptures, you know that I hate it. Feel like Trey Songz, cause I gotta make it. He giving out blessings, you know I'ma take it. These precepts authentic, so no need to fake it. Train up a child, just look at they faces. Don't be so hateful, salvation all races. Keep the Shabbat and you know the feast days, cause the Lunisola is always the basis. I'ma serve him till I die. Guard the Torah like we S.I.N.A. With all my soul, yeah, you know I'm gonna try. So everybody, praise the Most High.
Man, they not. Hey, listen, that's a cut right there. Come on, man. That's a cut. I told y'all this brother got this. This is all right. So let's compare this in basketball, right? You have athleticism, right? But then you have just the athleticism is pure talent, right? Now with the athleticism, you have fundamentals. And remember the 92 Dream Team, the greatest team ever assembled?
Yeah.
Now, remember how they performed in the Olympics? They destroyed the world. Nobody was messed. They destroyed the world. Now, on top of that, after that, when those guys left, they had another Olympic team. The Olympic team was full of like major athletes, athletic to the brim. They go overseas. I think somebody like Spain, like whoop their ass. like we had the best players, but they just, know why? Because those other players across overseas knew the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. Fundamentals will beat out athleticism if done right. So what I'm saying is the fundamentals is knowing how to put the songs together, knowing how to coach, get children on here, getting them where the fundamentals come in, and then you bring in the athleticism, which is your gift and talent and everything else. You got both. We're looking at both athleticism and fundamentals. So you got both. You got the side A, side B. And that's what I was telling my wife that. I said, man, listen. I said, you listen to how you put the album together. Like the hooks come in perfectly. This mix is mastered. You know what I mean? And if it ain't, it sounds like it is. You know what I'm saying? And everything flows smoothly. You know what I mean? So it flows very smoothly. You got I'm sure. Hey, listen, real quick. Watch this. We got what, about 30, 40 people here? Drop a 1 in the comment section if y'all need to see a video for that. Drop that 1 in the comment section. Let's see. I'm a pause for this one. I gotta see this one.
You gonna light a fire under me, Ock?
Hold on. Let me see. Can I do a 1 too? Yeah, hold on. Everybody, look, drop a 1 in the comment section. Like that one's hitting. And you know what? Like I was telling y'all during the Brew League, number ones. Like I was telling y'all during the Brew League when we did the Brew League, the more we support brothers in their craft that's making music we can listen to, well, guess what? You know what I mean? My baby girl ain't gotta listen to Cardi B. Who another one? Nicki Minaj.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Beyonce. My son ain't gotta listen to NBA Youngboy. Oh well, the music in Israel is whack. No, you hear this music, it is not whack whatsoever. So what y'all are doing is actually a help to the whole body as a whole. You know, I don't even know if you ever viewed it like that, but your gift is a musical talent, is a musical talent for me, and for him, and for her, and for the body. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on it?
Absolutely.
You probably like, I ain't even said I do nothing. I just want to rap.
No, my music is definitely a ministry. It's always been, and so I never thought of it that way until the first season of Brew League when you brought it to my attention. And after that, I kept that in mind every time I made a new song. This could be something that could be substituted for the secular trash that we put in our kids' ears anyway.
Okay.
But it's always been a ministry to bring people to the Most High. But if you surround yourself with nothing but righteous music, that's nothing but positivity going into your ears. So absolutely.
Okay. Speaking of trash going into our ears, Drop a one in the comment section if, well, not the comment. Well, those who catch the video later, the comment section. Those who watching live, drop a one in the chat. If you have seen Bishop T.D. Jakes has now anointed his daughter to be the pastor of the Woman Thou Art Loose. Anybody seen that? Anybody seen that? But they theatrics be getting to me. Good. Lord.
I stumbled upon that on YouTube. I was just scrolling, and I didn't even know what it was. I just clicked on it because I think the caption was something different. So I was like, let me see what this is talking about. And then I watched it, and I was like, wow.
So what's going on is he's always had this Woman Thou Art Loose conference or, theatrics, man. And if you listen to these guys, matter of fact, has anyone ever seen that one video? It's still on YouTube. You can find it. Anybody ever seen that one video where it's like an older video. The pastor, the preacher is teaching the other preachers how to hoop? And when to bring the voice up, how to get the ties? Y'all, anybody seen that? Come on, somebody had to see that. And if you haven't seen it, go YouTube it. It's there.
I missed it.
You gotta YouTube it. Brittany, all right. Brittany says she saw it. She saw it. Okay, I know somebody else had to see it, but he's teaching them how to hoop. Like, these are theatrics. This is rhetoric. It's just over and over. Rochelle says she saw it. All right, it's just over and over where we keep bumping into, as you just said, the trash that's in our ear. And Comer say they saw it. Who else? Los Warriors say, nah. If y'all ain't see it, you gotta check it out. But point being is this is what's going on nowadays. And so as long as we doing what we doing, but y'all doing what y'all doing, it's a hell of a combatant. And you gotta see it too. He walk over to her, he say, what did he say? He said, this is not because you my daughter. It's not because I'm your daddy. This is a divine anointing that you're gonna get. And the crowd went crazy. Bruh, get out of here, man. Oh, I had to get one of them. Bruh, get the hell out of here. And everybody go crazy. And me and my wife listen to this, and it's like 1,000 people, more than 1,000, it's several thousand people. And they just went crazy. And I'm sitting over here like, bro, you know what? Prof, you know what? I'm in the wrong line of profession. I need to be a pastor. That's where all the money at.
I ain't never seen that man wear the same suit twice.
All the years, I ain't never seen it. Matter of fact, have you ever seen that one Lakewood church? It's in either South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere on the East Coast. But they signed their pastor to like a 5-year, $100 million contract. Put a one in the comment section. Anybody ever seen that? Yeah, this was some years ago. This is what they do, though.
I know that. This is NBA free agency.
Listen, when I say I'm in the wrong line of business, I'm serious. Yeah, y'all see me with a suit on, hooting and hollering tomorrow. Just understand, I got to get the paper. I got to get that paper. Man, it's crazy. Let me ask you another question. So, now you shot me with that last one. I actually about to do the Black Future Sports. You say, yeah, but then you cleared it up. So that makes sense. I
gotta keep you on your toes.
Yeah, you got me on that one. You got me on that one. Speaking of the Black community, and I want to hear the chat's answer on this too. I want to pique your mind a little bit. Speaking of the Black community, it's always been a talk of reparations, and we're going to get reparations. They're going to pay us some reparations. What's your thoughts on that, chat? If y'all for reparations, put a 1. If you for it, put. If you're not for it, put a 2. What's your thoughts on that, Prof?
I agree that we should get them. You know what I'm saying? If they giving all of these other ethnicities money or benefits, tax breaks, we giving, a lot of what people will call Indians, right? Everybody Indian nowadays, right? They don't know, doing their research, the $5 Indian, you could become an Indian by paying $5.
Right.
And all of your lineage can get those benefits. But
Cherokee.
We definitely should get them. Now, do I think we will?
No story, right?
They made a big deal about giving out stimulus checks. So our 40 acres and a mule, it ain't looking good.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. But yeah, we definitely are worth it. And I say, just don't give us 40 acres and a mule. You can give us the equivalent of that in today's price. With inflation, you can give us a lump sum. Or if you're going to give us land, give us what the equivalent of 40 acres and a mule would have given you back in the day. Because 40 acres and a mule back in 100 years ago, that's probably about 1,000 acres and a full set of cattle. You see what I'm saying? So
I agree. And we had a couple no's in the chat. Moderators, everybody who put it 2, block them. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm joking. But I'm split. Cause one, you owe me. So whenever I do something like a bootleg, my wife used to be like, "Oh, that's a bootleg. I mean, they owe me $400-500 a year. Worry about that $5 CD. That'd be all right.
my money
For real. We ain't nowhere near what you owe me." So I look at it that way. And 2, it's like, no, right? I remember we had Dr. Umar Johnson on here, and we interviewed him, and he wasn't for it either. But his reasoning for not being for it was very good, and I agreed with it wholeheartedly. And he was stating that they were so, and I can't quote him verbatim, but people are so quick to want to get the reparations, but yet look at what you're doing right now. You ain't doing nothing with the money you got now, or you're not. How much you know about the history of your forefathers? Nothing, right? You know absolutely nothing. Me personally, I think if there is reparations, it should be a history test to come with it. That's just my thought. Put a history test behind it. And if you can't understand what's going on and why you get these reparations, if you ain't care enough, then get your out of there. For what? Give it to you for what?
I agree. It's funny you mentioned the history test, because my viewpoint on reparations is, what happens when black folk, no offense, I'm black myself, but what happens when black folk get that income tax money? They blow it. Riding around big rims, Gucci bags, and all of that. So what happens if you give that people with that mindset $1 million in reparations?
Right.
They're just gonna give it right back. I honestly think it's in the government's best interest to give us reparations, because a lot of us are gonna give it right back to the economy. But
Yeah,
I do think that with that, in order to receive reparations, you should have to go through some type of financial education course. So once you get your money, you know what to do with it, because a lot of us aren't educated financially
at all.
So that's my viewpoint on it.
And
whether we should or shouldn't, I think I can agree with the yes or no. I would say yes, because they did what it did. History is what it is.
Yeah.
And I would say no if everything stopped. If racism went away and everybody was completely on equal footing. But what was whips and chains, years ago, are now subliminal messaging and systematic incarceration and stuff. So since we are still in that state, so to speak, the whips and chains didn't change, but since we're still in that state, I think you need to just run us our money.
Yeah.
Whether it's on behalf of our forefathers or on the behalf of our fathers or mothers, run our money.
Right. I for one personally believe that we do get that eventually. Not coming through them and giving it to us though. I think we get it the same way we grabbed everything when we left out of Egypt the first time. That's my thought process, right? I think on the exit, I think upon the return to Christ, we go and spoil the Egyptians again. Now, with that being said though, so we were talking about the black community earlier, and we definitely agree about history and having to have some type of education to get it, because this was some years ago. The Black Star Project did a little research, a little experiment, and they counted how much, and I can't remember the numbers exactly. So if I don't say the numbers exactly right, just walk with me. But this was the gist of the research. $3.6 trillion are made by the black community, right? The black community. Now, mind you, we got to understand what the black community is. The black community is a bunch of different cultures, right? $3.6 trillion that are made by the black community. 98% of the 3.6 trillion went to the white and Asian communities. 2% came back to our community. And 3 to 6 hours later, that 2% went to the other communities. What does that say? Like when Jay-Z was going platinum, that meant Eminem fans was buying his albums, because we don't support each other. 98% of my money go over there. And so knowing how we don't support one another, you know what I'm saying? It's like, just think about that. And then like I said before too, the black community, right? Because all the black community ain't the same culture. And I know you have a thought behind that as well. Like, because typically, hey, brother, you Israel. Why? Because you black. No, we can't put it on color. It don't work that way. You ain't Israel just because you black. You could be light, you could be black, you could be brown, you could be it's different shades. So not just because of that. And I know, man, you had to talk a while back. He was like, "Nah, I don't think everybody here is Israel just because you're black." And what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's a very unpopular opinion. All the fires finna turn to swords now in the chat.
Hey, get him off here. Don't bring him.
Get him out of here, dog.
Don't bring him on here again.
I stand on the scriptures.
Mhm.
I don't really care about what somebody's personal opinions are, or what they've been
Right.
told is the truth or whatever. But basically, I don't discriminate on a basis as long as you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So I don't care if you black, white, green, Hispanic, Latino, Indian, Native American. As long as you're keeping the Torah, you believe in the Messiah, then hey, we can rock, we can build, we can fellowship. And I got this because when I first came into truth, it was under the influence of a specific camp, right? I ain't gonna name the camp. We ain't trying to throw shade. I'm throwing shade with the music. I ain't throwing shade with the lesson.
Man, who that camp was? But nah, don't I'm joking.
But and so they had a certain viewpoint, and they was pushing that viewpoint. But me, I'm an independent scholar, and I think for myself. So as I'm reading the scriptures, I'm reading what I'm reading. I'm learning what I'm reading, and it's not in alignment with what they're telling me. So then this is the only group that's reached out to me, showed me love. I want to go back to them and say, yo, hey, this is what I found. Can you tell me more about this? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is there something that I need to tweak? And they went ham. I'm a devil. I'm a Christian. I'm a coon. All these kinds of things. But I'm like, no, I'm not saying this. This is what the scriptures are saying. So that's just always been my my understanding. I understand Adam and Eve was black. They made in the image of the Most High. I know he black. I know the Messiah black. We get all of that. I know Jacob was black, all the way to Jacob, and all his 12 sons was black. I get it. I'm tracking. I understand, family. I do. But when you get past that, when are you gonna, look into the scriptures for what they actually state instead of what you've been told? And then from a perspective of all of this energy that we're putting into being Israel, whatever tribe you claim to be from, right? Let's take that energy and let's put it towards something productive, like actually put in an effort to serve the Most High, build one another up, edify one another, teach the children, you know what I'm saying? Get out of poverty, help educate our communities. Let's do all of the things that the Bible tells us that we're supposed to do. Because if you're an Israelite, okay, if you are a bloodline Israelite, right? Okay, after that you establish that you're a bloodline Israelite from the tribe of whoever, now what? What is it after that? What are you doing other than claiming a tribe and saying you Israel and then hanging out and associating with other people who look like you?
Wait, real quick. Is that almost the equivalent of Christianity? Now I'm saved. Now all I gotta do is have faith. Kind of the same thing. Well, I'm Israelite. Now I'm just gonna hang on being an Israelite. It's still something that has to come after that. So I definitely agree
Similar,
with that. Yeah, similar.
Absolutely. It's absolutely similar. And when you're looking at it from a biological standpoint, a historical standpoint, or a scriptural standpoint, it doesn't make sense. If you have an Israelite man and an Israelite woman and they have a baby, the baby's gonna be Israelite because the lineage goes through the male, right? So whether they're both dark skin or light skin, if you have an Israelite male and a Gentile woman and they have a baby, the baby's gonna be Israelite because of the father, no matter the skin color. If you have a Gentile male and an Israelite woman and they have a baby, even if they're both dark skinned, the baby's going to be a Gentile according to the scriptural lineage, right? But us, modern day Black, African American, whatever you want to, classify us as, a lot of us, we don't even know who our great grandfathers are. We can't trace our lineage back past slavery. And some of us who can, all praises to the Most High, but majority of us, we can't. So you would technically, according to that logic, you would technically have to have a full-blooded Israelite by blood in every single generation of your family, the male, going all the way back to prior to 70 AD, basically, to be able to prove that you are actually a bloodline Israelite. Now I've heard, what about Deuteronomy 28, and what about the curses, and I've even heard they've gotten more advanced now with the H1B1, the genetic marker, right? That genetic marker just means that you're somehow related to the Israelites. You could be a distant cousin, or you can have a great grandmother back in those days, right?
Yeah, I don't
That
even
just
get
means
into
that
all
you have a
that.
genetic connection to it, but it don't mean that you are a bloodline Israelite because you don't meet that requirement. Go to Numbers chapter 1 and chapter 3 when Israel did the census. If you walked up and was like, "Yo, I'm Israelite," they gonna say, "Wait, hold on, hold your horses. Who's your father? What
Let's
house
trace.
do you come from?" And if you couldn't prove them receipts, then hey, you wasn't counted amongst those fighting men that was listed in that thing. So fast forward, the same rules apply. We can't pick and choose what part of the Bible we find, but all I'm saying is all of that, whether you are or aren't, at the end of the day, it don't really matter, because if you're doing the work, you're gonna, you're gonna make that impact. You follow the Most High regardless. You don't have to worry about what tribe you're from, or it don't mean nothing at the end of the day. I know a
So
bunch of Caucasian people who consider themselves Gentiles, right? Do more work for the nation, for the community, than some of these brothers and sisters.
now here's the sad part, all right? And we do have slightly different understandings, but here's the sad part about what you just said. That's facts. That's facts. I know. Matter of fact, I just recently had a situation doing some business with a brother that made me say, I ain't doing no more business with you. No more. And you can't do it. It's like, it's mind blowing the level that these things go to. So I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly. So the thing about, like, I got a little documentary like called Proving the Jew. And we went back into some history and looking at some things about who came over on the slave ship and this and that. And you're right. There was even some African people that got caught up in the slave trade as well, right? So they definitely came over. Now, when talking about who's Israel, who's not, I have a cousin, and I did this on some older shows as well. I have a cousin, and I know his lineage, right? And the further back, if you see him, now I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you see him, you're gonna think surfer boy, white boy from Hawaii or California. Why? Because you look at, my uncle and great uncle, light skin, but they married white women. So the child came out even lighter, right? And that child liked another white woman. Remember now, the seed goes through the father. But it's going down. They continue to marry white women. And you see him today. Matter of fact, not even him. Well, him too, but even more his son. Even more his son. If you see him, you look at, it's all, he like blonde hair, blue eyed. But if you go backwards, it gets darker and darker and darker and darker, right? If you go backwards, you know what I'm saying? So real quick, let me drop a shout out to Drew Mills for becoming a big brew. Y'all can support the platform with monthly contributions as a little brew, a big brew, or even a super brew. But it's a good type of super brew, right? So I appreciate it. All praise to the Most High.
All praises.
So point is, now me, I kind of believe differently from the rest of Israel when it comes to this. Now I do believe Israel wholeheartedly, is chosen, and it does matter what tribe. But at the end of the day, when you start reading that Micah, the 4th chapter, Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, Isaiah 49, and then Isaiah 56, when it is talking about the other people, at some point, the nations do come in. I do believe in the hierarchy, that Israel's still the hierarchy, but all nations do. We can't ignore that. We can't ignore that portion. I know it's still slightly different from what you believe, but I can understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, too, out there fighting all the time, and is it salvational? Like, if I don't know your lineage, but what I do know is Christ said, I'll send my angels and they'll do the separating. So even if we don't fully see eye to eye on that, the concept, the understanding on how you should walk, we wholeheartedly agree. Because if you ain't keeping the commandments and you ain't, listen, I tell people this. If you ain't keeping it, Esau. You gonna get you. Well, listen, if you ain't keeping God's commandments, you might as well be Esau when he show up. You know what I'm saying? Because you gonna what's going on with you? You have to do what's more than just run your mouth. And one last point I want to make. And so since it opened my eyes knowing the lineage of my family, they get really light skinned, right? But if they were to walk past one of these camps, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not camp bashing. I got my own camp, NIOC. We are our own body, right? So it's not a camp bash, but it's the truth of what we're talking about. I'm not going to be biased and lie. If you walk past, a certain camp, they would have him kissing their boot. But really, when you read that scripture about licking the dust from the boot, that's kingdom connotation. That's why Christ said, I'll send my angels and they'll separate. What are you talking about? You got people licking your boot. You don't know who that is. Well, I asked him who his daddy was. Now, here's a contradiction in that to me, and you tell me what you think about this. Here's a contradiction about, and everybody watching, y'all need to think about this as well. Here's the contradiction about just asking somebody who their daddy was. Who your daddy was. Oh, he was an Italian. Well, who his daddy was? He was Italian. What about his daddy? Your great daddy? He was Italian. You a heathen, lick my boot. Nah, that ain't how it's supposed to work. Because if you stop and think about it, how long have our people been scattered? Thousands of years. So just going back 2 or 3 generations is not going to tell you who that person is. And again, it ain't your job. It's not your damn job to find out who he is. Your job was to go out and spread the truth, spread the word, spread the gospel. That's what you do. Now, when the Most High returns, he's going to do what he do. So if there's any disagreement between brothers on who's getting in and who ain't getting in, I'm not finna sit and debate that. I'm trying to make sure I get in. You see? Hey, imagine, I'm gonna give you the mic back, but imagine you sit here spending your whole life, you ain't getting in, then the day come, you don't get in.
Yeah.
Man.
Bruh.
It's over. So I'm with you on that. I get it. I get it.
And just like your cousin that you mentioned, how generation after generation got lighter and lighter and lighter. The reverse of that could be true. So generations back,
that is true.
Could have been a Gentile, right? Dark skin, and stayed dark, got darker and darker and darker, or stayed the same complexion, but still all along was a Gentile.
Right.
So the same brothers that is quick to make somebody kiss their boot, they might be Gentiles themselves. They don't know. You don't know. Right. And that's my thing. If you don't know, you can't 100% without a shadow of a doubt, without putting some on faith or using some doctrine. If you don't know without 100% shadow of a doubt, why make it so apparent? Why make it so important? Me, I'll be honest with you. I know my father. I know my mother. I know my grandmother on my father's side. I don't know my grandfather on my father's side. And I know a little bit about my grandfather on my mother's side. That's as far back as I can trace my lineage back. So I don't know whether or not I'm bloodline Israel or I'm a Gentile. If I gotta, my last name is Johnson. A lot of y'all need to research our last names. Those are the last names of slave owners and plantations. Johnson was probably a white man in sleeping with the slaves and raping the slaves. A lot of people out here got white great granddaddies, and they out here, trying to bash on Esau. I'm just being real.
But what's happening though? See what this brother is doing right now. Now a lot of people gonna label, oh, you trying to say the white man? That's gonna be the first thing to come. Like you said, the opposite always applies as well. Like if you're out in the street and people like, man, so who's your enemy? They name everybody and be like, what about the white people? No. Or you say, hey, we trying to save our people. And they say, well, what about white people? Then they'll jump down your throat. Why you always worrying about the white people? But as soon as you say something like you're saying, the first thought comes to mind is he's trying to say the white man. Mm-hmm. It's not that. It's not necessarily that. But what he's doing is this. And now this is where we have to use some critical thinking, right? Mm-hmm. You're bringing logic to the understanding. You're making the thinker think logically, right? Be logical in what you're understanding. Your last name, Johnson. Well, how far back can you go? To my great granddad. I don't know after that. Spirit got to bear witness. We got to have faith. But you don't have a DNA tracker to taking you back to, Jerusalem before 70 AD. That's logical. I get that. And one thing, I remember I was on the Clubhouse. We used to debate all the time on the Clubhouse. And we used to, this virgin birth debate used to always be the primary debate, right? And so one thing I told these brothers, I say, listen, it's not like I don't understand where you're coming from, because I try and have an open mind. I try and listen to what you're saying. Even if I don't agree, I try and hear you out on what you're saying. And I was telling these brothers why I can't do this no more with you guys is because I see why you say what you say. I can read the scriptures that you read and see what you're saying, even if I disagree with that, right? But on the flip side, if I say, hey, here's another way of looking at it as well, all of a sudden I'm cuckoo, right? As if no scriptures is actually saying this, right? So it's being logical, having an open mind and understanding, especially if it's not a salvational issue. That's what really kills me. When it ain't got nothing to do with salvation, jokers out here jokers will cut you out quick. Now, again, me and you don't wholeheartedly agree on that, but I can understand exactly where you're coming from, right? And it's like, what's wrong with that though? That's what brothers do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But anywho, I got another question for you. It kind of led into that. I got it. It makes plenty of sense because we do have to admit, the tribes came over on the boats, but there was a little sprinkling of some Africans too, right? And there was some mixing that went on, right? And to my understanding, to correct me if I'm wrong, you're not talking about the mass level. You're just saying you just don't know. It could be here or there. You just don't know. Somebody asked me one time, I said, what if you found out when Christ came back, you weren't in Israel? Well, I'm going to do what I've been saying to do. I better humble down just where I was if I was in Israel. You got to humble down the same way.
Exactly.
Either
if you had a bottle, a big jar full of M&Ms, and let's put 1,000 M&Ms in there, but only 99 of them was poison. But you couldn't tell the difference. You see what I'm saying? That same logic. It don't matter. You don't know. Every time you reach your hand in that jar, you could be getting some poison.
Arsenic.
Even though the percentage might be lower.
Hey, that makes sense. That makes sense. I won't eat no more M&Ms now, so that's cool. Let's get back to one of these tracks, man. I want to play one more. I'm finna play this. Listen, if y'all have not gone over and jumped on this album and streamed it on Spotify, where else can they find your music at?
Every all digital platforms except was it Bandcamp? Not Bandcamp. No, I'm on Bandcamp. What's the main one?
YouTube?
It used to be. No, I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere except SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Okay.
I'm
SoundCloud.
not on SoundCloud, family. Sorry, I apologize. They used to not pay their artists, so I never got on it.
Dang, I didn't know that.
It used to be like more of a freelance type of platform. So I was like, we ain't gonna get on that. We gonna do everything else.
No, I feel you on that. What? Everything that he just listed, every streaming platform is in the description section of this video. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. We finna play one more track. This one is called Hit List. Hit List. Sound like a shot, but I'm just saying, this Hit List. Y'all check it out. Coming in with the goats.
I'm writing down my hit list every day, I check it twice. Eliminate the target, emotions as cold as ice. They claiming they the GOAT, cause they think they flow is nice. But I string them up and gut them, then I make a sacrifice. I'm writing down my hit list every day, I check it twice. Eliminate the target, emotions as cold as ice. They claiming they the GOAT, cause they think they flow is nice. But I string them up and gut them, then I make a sacrifice. I hit the drop, and then I get a name. It don't matter who it is, cause the outcome is the same. And these bars never miss. My aim is impeccable. No mercy for the weak. Mission failure's unacceptable. I be climbing, I be walking, I be lurking, I be stalking, I be reading, killing demons, I be murking. Rappers outlining, talking, then I disappear. Call me Ghost with the Tommy, I'm the one that they should fear. Hit them from the shadows like shinobis from the mist. Another go dead, then I cross them off my list. Then on to the next, it don't matter if they fire. They can get it how I give it, with a verse or with a wire. I'm contracted to kill, this arsenal real. I'm blessed with the skill, they know what's the deal. Don't care how you feel. Once you my target, I'm hungry, not sorry, cause you are my meal. Assassins for highest, the dopest profession. I'm killing these rappers, no need for confession. Just give me a name and then point the direction. They on my hit list, they become my obsession. I'm writing down my hit list every day.
Mona playing the first verse. You gotta stream it. You gotta stream it. You gotta stream it. Man, listen. You said that you don't think you got the proper you don't think you got the proper look. People ain't really. Tell me again, what made you feel like people really wasn't paying you attention, and so you had to come a little more, a little more umph.
So I'm a realist, right? I hear about artists, I hear about certain songs, right? Oh, you heard this song? Check this out. Or people posting on YouTube and Facebook and sharing all of this music. And I'm an artist. I'm curious. I got a playlist myself. So I go and I check out a lot of this music. And I'm like, they talked about this song or they talked about this particular artist. Like this was J. Cole, and I don't rock with Jay-Z on any kind of level, but you know, people still put him in that GOAT conversation. They talking about like,
Wait,
J.
what's
Cole
wrong
or
with Jay-Z?
or,
Just because he worship
he
the
ain't gonna
devil
get
or
that's
something?
we're gonna need a whole nother segment talking
Just
about
because he's
Jay-Z.
just demonic or something? Just because he do some weird? I'm just playing. I'm joking. I don't mess with Jay-Z either. Go ahead.
But the way that they hype these artists up, I go in with expectation. And then when I hear the music and the quality or the artistry or the creativity or the bars by itself, I'm like, yeah, this what you was talking about? Like this your favorite? And then on the other hand, I'm going back to my music. Like, hold on, is this something I'm missing? I'm listening to my music. I'm lining up the bars, the punchlines, everything, the creativity. And then I look at the album as a whole, how it has a theme. You can play any of my albums. There's gonna be an intro, and it's gonna be creative and dope. It's gonna make you think, and then you're gonna have music throughout the album that aligns with the same theme of the intro. There's probably gonna be something in the middle. There's probably gonna be an outro. Artists aren't really doing that like that.
No.
And then when you look at the actual song, right, the preparation, the bars themselves, are you saying something different in your music? Are you bringing a message at all, right?
No.
Or are you just sounding like the secular things on the radio, but you're just putting the Most High's name on it? You see what I'm saying? So I've been seeing a lot of that, and I'm like, this is not adding up. And then I put out good quality product, and people are like, oh, well, I don't know you. Or, yeah, you good. I like your music. You straight. And then they like, oh, but this is my favorite artist. And then I go to their favorite artist, and I'm like, nah, this ain't where it's at. You feel me? And, you know, it's all about edifying and building up, but this is also the artistry. True MCs. I can't speak for people who just want to make music, but true MCs, there's some honor and some pride that goes into your artistry. It's competitive. You got to be competitive in this game. And with that competition aspect, there's a lot of people that's not adding up that are getting a lot of exposure, I should say, in the community. And,
you know, I think one, and it's just my opinion, and I call it this because, you know, the group of artists decided to call it this, but I don't even think we should call it truth music. To me, I think we paint ourselves in a box at that point, you know, because if that's a genre, only a small percentage of people are looking for that particular genre. You know what I mean? I think we just should make music. I still remember this was one brother, Judah Mack. You know Judah Mack, and make some fire music too. And I remember him saying something that stuck with me always, and I always just really go by this thought process. He said, "I'm gonna stop being a truth artist or Israelite artist. I'm just gonna be an artist who happened to be an Israelite, or I'm gonna be an artist that happened to, you know, rap truth music or whatever," which is powerful because you take yourself out of the box, and then you can travel around the world, but still keeping your same message. But once you label yourself something, it's like a business, right? You file your business with the state. All right. For those of y'all who don't know, follow me. Filing business with the state. You go to the Secretary of State, you file your business, right? They're going to ask you, so what industry is this? Is it trucking? Is it this? Is it banking? Is it finance? Or you could put all lawful business. And I tell everybody, put all lawful business, because now your business can do anything. You don't have to just sit there and be stuck inside of trucking all of a sudden. And you named your business Abaya's Trucking Network. But guess what? Now you want to start selling flowers. I don't know, silly example, but now you want to sell flowers. Who finna go buy flowers from Abaya's Trucking Network? Nobody. You just painted yourself inside of a box. But if I make it that name very vague, for example, ISTN Solutions. That's one of my companies, right? ISTN Solutions. And then when I do my listing legally, it's for all lawful business. And I guess what I can do? I can go anywhere and do business. I can sell flowers. I can sell trucks. you know, I could sell honey buns. I could do whatever I want to do because I open myself up. And I be trying to tell brothers as well, if they pull that label off, because you have the type of music, your flow, to take that label off. And like you say, that's why when I asked you that question earlier, do you think you get support from the black community? You say, yeah. And I was like, what? Because you say my music is being circulated out there because it has that potential. It has that pull to do that. But in this community, you explained it later on, but that's what we need to do. Take the fence from around ourselves so we can go out. That's really gonna that's really gonna start to show if you're really a talented artist or not. How far can your music reach? And your music is reaching pretty far, you know. But I think too, if other brothers, if you're watching this, take note. Take those musical barricades from around yourself, those walls. You know, just be an artist who happen to be in the truth, right? Just make music. We had on the Brew League. I don't know if I told you this. one brother took all his walls down way too far. Should have kept his walls up, right? He sent us some music talking about a female, and so I'm sitting back and I got the judges there, and I'm kind of like multitasking, looking down, doing something else, and all I heard was, "Yeah, take her in." Bleep it, bleep it, bleep it, bleep it, bleep it, that bleep it. It was one of those moments I stopped. Now I ain't gonna say what he said, but it was one of the moments where you stop and be like, bro, dude, this is now mind you, we're going about truth music. This is supposed to be truth music, but you're talking about what you're gonna do to one of your sisters and how you're gonna slap it around, this and that, and then get rid of her. This is what y'all really talking about? And know why he had to do that? Because if you heard the song, it was trash. The song was trash. Now, I ain't got no problem saying that, because if you got no problem sending me that shit, I ain't got no problem saying it live. The song was trash. I'm going to be honest, because I was offended. I ain't going to lie to you. I was offended. I mean, y'all get this crap out of here, delete it, yada, yada. We got rid of it. But the song was trash. You know what I mean? But when songs are trash and there's no versatility, you have to do that. You got to be shoot them up, bang, bang all the time. And we just heard you take a whole track with your children. And it was fire. Like, it was fire. I mean, you see how the chat reacted? It's crazy. You know what I mean? That's called versatility. So your music has the ability to just go. You know what I mean?
All praises.
All praises. Man, we drawing down to the end of this last segment. We ain't got there yet, but man, listen. It's why I asked a question about the algorithm earlier. Goodbye, what you talking about? I'm sure I missed the conversation. Man, y'all chat. Y'all forgive me, man. I kind of forgot about y'all since the first segment. Let me see what we got. What I'm missing. Goodbye. Hey, drop it in the comment section. What's going on with the algorithm? Cynthia, shalom. Y'all say what he said. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But man, what's your favorite song on this entire album?
Oh man, there's so many. I gotta put them in different categories. Like the most marketable, obviously, I think the song with my kids, Praise the Most High. I like that can cross so many other barriers, like we just discussed. Hit List is one of my personal favorites, just because it paints the whole picture of what the album it represents. It's a representation of the whole album. But just from an artistry standpoint, it's either between Dear Cole and the last song on that album, which is called Obituary. Those are like my favorite two. Now I like all the album now.
Of course, I got you. You got a line on here, right? You say, "I got that king pen, led a whole coalition like a king pen." It took me like 5 times to catch that. Like, what? Oh, that was dope. Right? Think about it a little bit, like king pen, like my pen, my ink, my writing. I got a king pen, and plus I lead my coalition like a king pen. I said, "Oh, that brother got bars, man. He got them bars." I had to think about that one a lot. But another song I got too, I want to play real quick. What is it called? Let me remember. Shalom. Let me play this real quick. This is one of my favorites too.
That change is coming.
We about to turn up. Spider, me shot. We about to give them that.
Peace, love, and lights. Peace, love, and lights. Peace, love, and lights. Peace, love, and lights. We gonna bless the trap with this peace, love, and lights. We gonna bless our people with this peace, love, and lights. Yes, change your life. Open your eyes. Do it fast. Don't be surprised. What this world is going through right now is getting evil. Gotta come together so we can fly like an eagle. Killing the snakes, let go of this fake system. Love is the key, stop living your life as a victim. Been blessed with everything that we need, take action, sick 'em. If you want peace, put down your
Hey, don't forget, man, if we gonna play it, I need to see the fire. If we gonna slay it, I need the swords. Y'all let me know y'all opinion.
for fanning. Been getting stepped on so long, we feeling like shoe soles. But as long as I got the body, I roll with true souls. Ain't nothing sweet, no need to check your glucose. When two or more come together, we see the loopholes. Time to rise and stick together like two doves. I follow Christ, if you hating, then who do you trust?
Set apart from the set apart. Cost of sin is death, you can get it a la carte. We all about shalom, we be all about our peace. We don't get down with the drama, all that gotta cease.
It's all about peace and love. Give praise to the one above. No need to hate the one. Been there since you begun. You walk with the righteous. We learn they trying to fight us. They hands hurt like arthritis. They panic through the crisis. But we know the outcome, man, is really tragic. We want peace, they shoo it away like they allergic. They have dirty little lies, we clean them like detergent. We keep the peace in line like we the master sergeant. I want peace, so I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm the
I see one go in the chat. I think we got they starting to agree. Uh-oh, for the rest of y'all artists.
Happiness is what the Christ brings. I'm a peacock, just let me open up my wings. That's a funny bar, cause peacocks can't fly. But I can be funny, I got peace from the Most High.
Set apart from the set apart. Cost of sin is death, you can get it a la carte. We all about shalom, we be all about our peace. We don't get down with the drama, all that gotta cease. I be on another wave, I be pushing positivity. No negative vibrations, I be on another frequency. Don't care about a bad, we be giving them the proof. Trying to wake up all my people when we hit them with the truth. Carnal thinking got them bound, but we trying to let them loose. They be wanting you to hang, propaganda like the news. Brothers killing other brothers, can't nobody get along. Trying to bring us all together with the lyrics of this song. But what really is shalom? Let me give y'all all some clarity. It's peace, happiness, and joy, welfare and prosperity.
Oh, let it play. Why you keep turning it off? Hey, I used to do that in the Brew League. I turn the song off. They be like, I be getting text messages. Man, why keep turning the song off? Cause you gotta go to the streaming platform.
Gotta go get it.
You gotta go get it. That's the motivation. If you can't hear it all, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know how you'll walk through the mall and they be like, hey, you want a sample? And you get a sample of the food. They ain't giving you no whole plate. They gave you a sample. If you want a plate, go buy it. I just want you to taste it real quick, and then you're gonna like it. Then you're gonna go buy it. So that's what it is. Man, that's we winding down here almost to the end of this segment. Listen, real quick. Script talk. We still in our script talk segment. Next week, we having a panel, right? We're having a panel discussion. It's going to be, God, I ain't gonna call no names. Because I'm gonna forget somebody, right? But it's gonna be a lot of brothers, right? And it's actually gonna be a discussion based off a debate we just had, right? So now we all know the debates and the discussions, the panels that brings the 500-600 crowd mark. You know why? This goes back to our mindset. You know, we think everything is a fight, and we love fights. You know, hey, you know why a lot of us get shot? Because when they start fighting, we run to the fight instead of running away from it. You know that?
Yep.
Oh, let's go see. Bye, bye, bye. No, you should have ran the other way, brother. You just got shot. But now we got the panel coming up next week, the 13th, and it's on salvation. So we got another minute and a half left in the segment. Tell me real quick, what's your thought? And this is just out of the blue. I just thought about this. What's your thought? What is salvation? Like, what is it? What's your thought of salvation?
Salvation.
Yeah, I ain't give him no time to rehearse for this. I kind of just threw a monkey wrench.
It's off the cuff.
I just thought about it. You know what I'm saying?
Salvation for me is being predestined by the Most High to be with Him, to be chosen at the end of your life, at the end of your spiritual sleep, be with Him in a simple way.
Yeah. You know, Romans 8:29. You know what I'm saying? It says, those who we call, he was predestined to be in the image of his son. Predestination. People be like, nah, man, I don't believe in predestination. Well, you don't believe in the Bible, bro. There's a lot of people walking around with that book, but don't believe what that book say. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't talking about somebody who got an understanding that you got a different understanding. I'm talking about just really don't believe what the book say. Like, you know. So, but yeah, man.
That's a whole nother topic.
Oh, man. Listen. I got to get you. You are an outside of the box thinker. Whether somebody agree with you or whether they disagree with you, they have to understand and agree with the fact that you do put thought into what you're saying. It ain't just you pulling it out of thin blue air. So I gotta get you on one of these panels, man. We having these panels, you know, you come through and you know, lay down some knowledge, man. What you say?
Hey, I'm down, man. I started off a big debater, so I had to kind of get away from that mindset because it was very, very combative.
It was.
I go hard, so I just was like, man, you know what, y'all got it. It'd be in the comment section, people be coming, and I'm like, nah, bro, or sis, y'all, you got it. I'm a chill.
Yeah, you right.
Even if I know I could, what they call cut them up. It ain't even about cutting them no more.
You're
it's
right.
Just about edifying them. And if I see somebody that can be edified, I'll edify them. If I see somebody that's just there for a fight, for a confrontation, they can keep it moving. Because somebody else, the time I'm spending with them, I can be put in someone else or something else that can build up and edify the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hand for that one, man. Oh, that's the wrong one. There you go. I haven't hit it. Hey,
that's the wrong one.
They're gonna be like, oh, he laughed at. Nah, I ain't laughing. I agree with that wholeheartedly because when I first started, man, I used to really just be into the whole debating thing. I used to have on Facebook, but my response would be down the page. My wife be sitting there like, you still on Facebook? I'm still on the same damn comment. It's me. I ain't finished typing it yet. But yeah, so we have the panel coming up, and you know we try and keep the panels, you know, more discussion. We had a really good debate with Captain Cesaria, ISUPK, and Pastor Mike Holloway about 3 weeks ago, something like that. And man, you get a chance, go check it out. So, and when you see it, that's going to be the way I want all of my panels and all of my debates to go. Where it's just no controversy, no ad homs are illegal. You get one warning and then you getting kicked out. You just lost. That's just what it is. I got my mods in the chat. If you throw out a ugly comment, you get a warning. You do it again, you get one more warning. After that, you can go. Right. That second one is going to be a timeout. That third one is a block. So I believe we should get to the point where we should know how to sit down and talk with people, man. Like it's time out for all the screaming and this and that. Because as you see right now, like people getting to the point where they're starting to retaliate at this screaming in one or two ways, physically, or they're retaliating by shutting you out, closing their mind, closing their eyes, just walking past you as you don't exist. Either way, neither one of them are beneficial to the cause. So my mindset is, let's have these discussions because the discussions bring the information, but let's have it in a way where you're not going to throw out ad hominems. You're not going to be attacking. You're not going to attack the person because the person brought certain information that you don't agree with. If you want to attack anything, attack the information in a professional way. And therefore, the people listening can now see both point of views and say, hey, what do I think is right? At least you give them the opportunity to see, you know, from both point of views. So, but that's what it is. That's how we're trying to keep it. But anyway, enough about the panel. That's next week. That's July 13th at 8:30 right here on Inside the Nation Radio. Enough about that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all be there. I got to ask you this. You got the album out. Let's put it back up there. Goat Killer. Now, this is a fairly new album, right? So I don't know if I should even ask you this question right now, but I want to ask you because we're into the segment of what's new. What else you got coming out? Like you got videos you about to drop. You about to, you know, what you gonna do? You finna go on tour? Like what's finna happen? You know what I mean?
I'm about to drop some videos. I already started working on the next album. I ain't gonna release it yet.
Do you ever start writing, bro?
With this one? No.
I could tell. Like, you just dropped this album yesterday. I'm already on the next album.
I already got the next album. But then I got a new mindset. and I kind of I've been identifying with Lecrae a little bit more, and I see why he does what he does. And so if you listen to the album, I got a song with Benny the Butcher on there. I got a song with an artist called Sinatras. He's a big artist in Chicago. And those are secular art, what we would consider secular artists. And so they probably wonder why I did that. And it was because, not because they're secular, but because their fan base, their platform has a lot of people who need saving, that need to, you know, connect with the Most High. And a lot of them don't know. I might be the only voice that they ever hear. You know what I'm saying? And so if I can tap in with certain secular artists, not only for their audience and their fan base, but for the artists themselves, then I can, you know, pass on that positive message and be a light to them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really thinking about doing a EP with just every single track or majority of the tracks, me with a secular artist. And so,
So you saying I can't get a feature?
Stuff in the works. I got some stuff in the works. I got a couple features from some artists. You'd be like, no way you got a feature.
But can I get a feature?
Yeah, you get a feature. I've been trying to get you for 3 years. You've been ducking me. You've been ducking me.
Hey man, listen. Send me the.
I'll give you one artist. Just one artist. I'll give you one artist. The rest of it is PG-13 classified. You can't get it yet. Nobody can get it. But I'm gonna do a track with Lil Wayne. I'm gonna do a track with Lil Wayne.
That's gonna be dope.
So it is the concept behind the album or the EP. What I'm thinking about, because it's still in the works, it's the same concept behind the song Yin and Yang on this album. Yin and Yang was the beginning of, I believe, a movement. And so like I understand what Lecrae's doing, because people in the CHH community, the Christian hip hop community, they crucified him for working outside of the Christian community and working with secular artists. But look what big of an impact that made, and how many people that, you know, they brought to Christ because of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't here to debate Christianity or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, we need to be making a difference.
No,
you know, I mean, again, I go back to my other question. Once you figure out you Israel, or you think you Israel,
what's next?
What are you gonna do after that? What's next? What's the next steps? I'm here. My music is a ministry. I'm here to try to wake people up, no matter where your background, where you come from, what you look like.
Nah, so, you know what? So, hey, the thing is, I agree with that, because, for example, we wake up to the truth. Now, if you think about it, I got to equate everything to business, right? So you think about this in the business mindset, right? Well, I'm going to start my business because now I'm in the truth. What is it going to be? What everybody going to say? Fringes. You know what I'm saying? Zeets. Yeah. You know, we no longer think outside the box. We've written, we have this rule that's unwritten that we can't do business like with the other nations or with somebody who's not in the truth. That's the furthest thing from the truth. You know what I mean? You can look at scriptures. Start back when we came out of Egypt. Look at Deuteronomy. The Most High told Moses, hey, tell them to go and buy food and water with their money. Who was he telling them to go buy it from? The other nations who were surrounding you. Stop over here and get food and water. That's business. Mm-hmm. And these wasn't, quote unquote, they weren't Israelites, right? The temple. Like, do y'all know who helped build that temple? Y'all know who they was buying supplies from? They wasn't buying supplies from themselves. They was buying it from Hiram and them, right? So, but they're doing business with other nations, and the other nations wasn't in this quote unquote truth, right? Mm-hmm. So what you're saying, I understand, because that's the same principle and those same steps I take with business. You don't have to be walking around with fringes on for me to do business with you. Now, my spiritual beliefs may be different from your spiritual beliefs, but business is business, all right? You know, you don't have to be like, you know what I mean, Kwam Yasharala in me, you know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't got to call halal me when I see you for me to do business. Well, this is business. So if you're doing that and you're true, and the thing about that is this, people I have done business with, people I have worked with, because I didn't put that limitation up, you work with, you eventually get into that conversation with them. Next thing you know, they asking you more and more. That's a gateway. That's a way to get them to come in. Listen, do the track with Lil Wayne, and I see Wayne walk around with some fringes on. I'm like, oh Lord, I know where that came from. Wayne got the fringes on. But you know, it takes that though. So nah, man, shout out. I definitely understand that, man. You know, right?
Praises.
You got support from me. Hey, shalom to Jen Juice and everybody that's out there in the chat. What's going on? Go ahead, my bad.
You pulled up the album cover, and I mentioned what the album cover was about, what the album was about, but I left some out for the end because not only was you see the lamb and the knives and everything like that, so we slaying it. The pre-release of this album was on the 10th day that the lamb is selected, and the album actually dropped on Passover, right? So it had that theme, but the biggest and most influential aspect of this album, Goat Killer, is I'm saying I'm the goat. Yeah, I'm killing all the goats. But the most important part, and you will hear it if you check out the album, listen to the last track, Obituary. I'm killing that part of myself that wanted to be the GOAT, that wanted that recognition. So this whole album is therapy. I started off from, being upset, so to speak, right? And then throughout the whole project, I'm learning more about myself and like, I'm not even elevating as an artist the way I want to be because I'm holding on to that level of gratification that I think needs to be said. And so once I let that go, my music and my quality and everything just skyrocketed. Once I let that burden of that weight go, it changed me completely as an artist. And now I'm a much better artist with no limitations because I'm not really worried about that GOAT argument. Yeah, if you hear this album, you're going to be like, yeah, but so this album was a statement piece, but moving forward, you're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear me talking about being a GOAT or being better than anybody. It's all love and edification from here on out. And I'm not saying that none of my music didn't do that because all my music praises the Most High, but that competitive aspect, I'm letting it die, just like I did with the debating. Once I let the debates go, I truly became wiser, right? And so it's the same thing with the music. I'm going to continue making music and making amazing music, but the aspect of wanting to lay claim to something, it's not. I'm not there no more. I'm beyond that. I elevated.
Man,
I'm on a whole different.
I had to drop a bomb for that one because as you were talking, I was putting it together like, oh, it's a story. It's kind of, there's a beginning, a middle, and then the ending to it. And the ending is everything you thought I was trying to be about. You know what I mean? I just spiritually elevated myself, killed that about myself, now for to move forward. And I'm guessing you're going to lead into the next album with that.
Yep.
Oh man, another bomb.
The next album is going to be called Within.
Ooh.
Well, the next official album, not the EP that I'm talking about with the secular music. But
the
next official album is going to be called Within. It's going to be more spiritual, more metaphysical, more esoteric. I've been studying a lot, learning a lot of new things, and it's going to be bomb. It's going to be bomb.
Oh man, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Listen, hey, it has been a fun one. We are in the last segment. Y'all probably heard the alarm go off, a second ago, but we're in the last segment, the after party. And in the after party, we about to get ready to get out of here. We got another 12 and a half minutes. We want to play a couple tracks. Listen, man, if y'all if y'all haven't hit that like button, if you haven't subscribed to the platform Inside the Nation Radio, if you're not, people watch your video, like they will watch you. I actually bumped into we were at Taco Mac still in Georgia, and so I'm walking in. We order our food. I'm walking in to get the food, and as I'm waiting for it to come out, I see this guy. He's looking at me. He comes over. He said, "Hey, are you a Body Israel?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I follow you. He's like, "Man, I've been following you about a year." He said, "I haven't subscribed yet, but I've been following your content." Whole year? You ain't subscribed yet? Like, and one of my questions I was going to ask you, I said, what one thing would be in this whole process, if you had to label as disappointing, what would be the thing that disappointed you? And I was going to compare that to one thing that disappointed me, relating back to this guy who I met. And as you know, I got two platforms. One platform is a giant, and another one is, another platform is doing this. Inside Nation is doing well. So the other platform that I have, the We the People University platform, I mean, we had 470,000 subscribers, 150 million views. It's pumping, right? It's going. Drop a video getting 100,000 views, whatever, right? I mean, I think the highest watched video over there is 4 or 5 million, right? And so I literally created that platform. I literally created the whole entire thing, for us. But we didn't take to it. We didn't see the power in the information. You know what I'm saying? So once I put it out there, all the world starts seeing listen, Mama's at home. She's in the chat. Like, she works with me, so she could tell you. You know what I mean? Mama's at home. Put a 1 in the comment section if I'm lying about this. We get tons and tons and tons of emails of people who, hey, help me. Hey, I'm following you. Hey, I like your videos. It just comes in, right? And it's crazy. But my biggest disappointment about that entire thing is we are Israel. Hey, all praises for that. So she said, and I mean tons. The biggest disappointment about that is we don't take to it. We don't take to it. Everybody else has taken to it and they realize the importance of the information, and we just let it go. Like when the scripture says we perish for lack of knowledge, we literally perish for lack of knowledge. That was one of my biggest disappointments. Although I'm extremely successful on that platform, the platform is doing major things, mighty things. All praises to the Most High God, because it was just Him who did everything. I'm still somewhat disappointed even to this day. I remember talking to my wife, and I was like, I'm talking to her, and I'm like, the video had hit I think 300,000 views, and I was like, man, damn. And she was like, what's wrong? Ain't that good? I'm like, it is. But I'm looking at who watching. It ain't us.
Yeah.
I want it. Yeah. I appreciate the views from everybody, but I want us to be on this, and we're not. And that was my biggest disappointment. And this is gonna be the last question. We're gonna jump into the after party. During this process, if it even exists, what was your biggest or a disappointment for you?
I would say, because my first album was a mixtape. It was gangster rap. Then it ended on a gospel note. But my second album, my first official album, was a gospel album, gospel rap. And so that was back before I came up out of Christianity. But the album was a classic. I'm not gonna lie. Spirit bears witness to the spirit. Good music is good music, and everything like that. You can go back and listen to that album and still get something out of it, right? From an artistry standpoint, or from a spiritual standpoint. But when I left Christianity and then I started making music about the truth that the Bible teaches, none of those albums or songs did anything near what the Christian album did. And that let me know that the support, like I said earlier, the support wasn't there from the truth community. You know what I'm saying? I have one song on that album called "Wash Me." You can go and check it out. It has almost by itself almost 300,000 streams by itself. Not talking about all my other music. That one song by itself has almost 300,000 streams. Now that's a good song. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorites. But that song and that album, it stands the test of time. But the other music that could be considered more edifying, more in alignment with the scriptures, dedicated to teaching and dedicated to edifying, doesn't receive it because it was labeled within a certain wall. And that's why with this album, this recent album, you don't get that vibe. It's broken out from that. And so that's one of the biggest disappointments to me.
Man.
You guys can rock with the Christian album, no offense. I made it. But you don't want to rock with the other stuff too. So, I mean, when those streams go up, my pockets get fatter. But it's just to see, I would like to see a song like a No Church on this album get the amount of streams that a Watch Me did. You see what I'm saying? So that was something that I always wonder. And I got family that I love your album. My cousin still tells me that album was his favorite album. And then I go and I'm like, well, did you listen to all of this new stuff? Because this new stuff, artistry is better. I'm gonna be honest, because I grow as an artist, I get better. It's better, but people are still caught up on some of the old stuff, and it's not as edifying from a scriptural biblical understanding perspective. Then, so.
I'm with you, man, and that'd be the disappointing part. So I had to ask that question because we have exciting parts of our journey. We have disappointing parts of our journey. We have tiring parts. We go through it all. So I definitely had to ask that question. But we are in the at the party phase, and we are about to play a couple tracks, and we going out with one right now. This one's called Dear Cole. Now I know you say this is one of your favorite ones.
Yes. Can I give him one bar before you play it?
All right, hold on. Let me do the rewind. Go ahead.
So when I talk about artistry, when I talk about the difference in the different levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a different breed. I'm more like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. My goal isn't to necessarily be your favorite rapper, but the people you look up to, that I'm the music that they're listening to, or I'm the music that they're comparing their music against.
Ooh.
But the reason why I say that is you're gonna hear it on this song or listen to it, whatever, if he plays it all the way through, because it's on the second verse. But I said the dream was to be a movement, hard but remain fluent like Einstein or Newton, with a lyrical intellect to decipher the pen's congruent. One of the best to do it. I'm blessed by the divine, a disciple of living fluid. And I'm stopping right there, but
fatality.
It's levels to this stuff. But hey, listen, go ahead and play Dear Cole, one of my favorite joints, man.
And he trying to get me the feature on him. He trying to set me up. Bro, get out of here. I'm not getting on that track.
I'll ghostwrite for you.
All right, you go. Hey, ghostwrite for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I ghostwrote that, so you ghostwrite me something. I'll write it. I'll rap it.
You,
King. That's what I do. It's what I do. You know what I'm saying? We brothers. Well, if I don't help, we all we got. You go. It's your turn though. Ghostwrite me something. I got you. We about to hit it. Dear Cole. This is a fire track. Y'all gotta definitely take a listen to this.
They say ain't nothing wrong with giving them they flowers while they here.
For your eyes only. For your eyes.
Yeah.
For your eyes only. For your eyes only.
Blessed us with your pen, I listen closely. Replay the track again, cause you the OG.
Love yours. Love yours.
Solemn. What exactly is the goal? This subjective as I reflect. Why seek becoming something that's cut off a better neck? Off a cloud and all about what seems to be full respect. Or to cement their legacy so the people just won't forget. But I've learned from the book that life isn't about the currency. Insurance for your soul, no sin and you get a warranty. Blessed us with your pen, I listen closely, studied mostly, then replayed the track again cause you the OG. For your eyes only, you the homie. And I was hungry for the note, or I could write a T. Testimony, being the best to ever breathe was the goal. Till I saw what lied beneath within my soul. Pressure makes diamonds, and mighty kings fold. Like origami, high like Kami on Toonami, no avatar. But you set a high bar, who else can fit the mold of that man? Jermaine Cole. I respect your pen, so I had to go and give you flowers for real. Dear Cole, I know it's more to this life than just trying to make us a meal. Dear Cole, I'm speaking life even though there was some ghosts that I had to kill. Jermaine Cole, I'm preaching to the lost sheep like you do to the ones.
Hey, listen, I need to see fires or either swords. Fire if we gonna bump it, or swords if we gonna slay it. I think you can't get nothing but fires of this. I'm telling you, the whole album fire.
Best to do it, I'm blessed by the divine, a disciple of living fluid. We vessels flowing freely, battle sin on the weekly. There's a calling on our lives like karma to Momoshiki. As I grew into a man, my skills with the bars follow. I see you as Master Chief cause your 16s are hollowed. And what's crazy is I don't fuck with the secular, but you transcend genres and physics, no molecular. Difference is the side we generational talents. Being humble is a must, we gotta remain balanced. And from our viewpoint, we both on the mission. Spreading love and saving souls with similar intention. Pushing other individuals to seek something better. So I wanted to thank you, that's why I wrote you this letter. Dear Cole, I respect your pen, so I had to go and give you flowers for real. Dear Cole, I know it's more to this life than just trying to make us a meal. Dear Cole, I'm speaking life even though there was some ghosts that I had to kill. Jermaine Cole, I'm I'm preaching to the lost sheep like you do to the ones in the Ville.
Like the ones in the Ville.
Cold. I guess it goes without saying who my favorite MC is. And I don't even listen to secular music, but I gotta respect the pen game, the delivery, the story rap, and then the overall positive influence of your music. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to you. Big ups, King. Peace.
Fire track. But what we finna do right now, I'm finna run my favorite one back also.
What I'm talking about. That's why he's MVP. That's why he's the GOAT.
Again, I was supposed to be on this now. I was supposed to feature on this. I had to ghostwrite instead. I'm gonna stop saying that for somebody to really believe that and clip that.
You gonna let him play it out, or you gonna give him a little taste again?
You tell me what you want.
1, 4, 4.
You can let this one play out because this one's going. Yeah.
God.
Babylon is falling, the Most High is setting a proper siege. The end is coming, Mishpachah, this is prophecy. Living lawless, I'm asking where the word at. His eye is on the sparrow, but they asking where the bird at. I gotta be real, never been part of a camp. Wasn't looking for approval, but Yasha gave me the stamp. Examine the whole matter, my jack got a long reach. We the saying of the sea, ain't talking about Long Beach. Ain't about the violence, but you know I keep a punchline. Eating all these rappers like I'm standing in a lunch line. It's lunchtime and crunch time, you could never touch mine. Fighting for the Most High, I be standing on the front lines. False teachers, parasites growing like a fungus. I be searching out imposters like I played Among Us. They too worried about titles, they so full of greed, when they should be focused on the Torah, not bloodlines with seed. With this rap shit for me is just competitive. They flows is alien to me, and I'm the predator. But competition's part of the game. This is a ministry. I spread a message with my words, I just do it lyrically. I spit artillery, no fear in me, no literally, no fear in me. I got the Ruach killing all the tyranny. I spray shots like they arson rounds on the track. MCs come up missing like they lost and found. Can't feel the Father, repentance getting harder. Gotta wash away my wickedness, baptism water. Dedication to my Abba, be a father to my daughter. Raise my sons to be some kings ever since they was some toddlers. Crazy looking back, the road been full of lessons, pain and strife, but also had love and blessings. I can't help but feel anointed. How I came up out the dark, it's like a flood was all around me, but I came up out the ark. Bars of tribulation to revelation over. My pen will bring a flood like in the days of Noah. Satan want me stagnant, they wanna limit me because I tell you the truth. Did I yet become your enemy? Shadow ban on socials, prof what you mean, and I keep a community strike. I'm like a kingpin, lyrical, I'm royalty, I got that kingpin. Led a whole coalition like a kingpin, trying to reach the end zone of righteousness like a running back. Read the Torah, took a break and then I run it back. Dietary laws, obedience is health. I be needing a father's help. I can't do this by myself. Only seek the Most High, not the money or the jewelry. And I could build a mansion from all of the stones they threw at me. They don't know me, how I made it through the struggle. Straight killer, pit bull, full-blooded, no muzzle. Lost moms when I was 3, and imagine in my young mind, last ride in that Ambo. Life changed when she flatlined. Jacob's trouble, the tribulation is real. Pictographic memories of this tribulation is real. One born in the truth, my pop's hard work was evident. Graveyard shifts to provide with dead presidents. Righteousness is accredited to the people, to the ones who got faith in the good and not the evil. It's a concrete equation that many cannot see through. He is almighty, summed up with no equal. planting seeds. I'm a farmer on guard, ready to serve, clothed in the full armor of God. Anointed from my head to my feet, yeah, I know my faith. That's why I stick to the G code, you call it grace. Origami serve the foes so I see his face. Cause if I don't do the work, then I can get replaced. That's facts, so I just bought a new Glock in addition to my sword, cause I follow the true rock. Left the 99 for me, sheep of the true flock. Even though I'm unsigned, I'm still sealed by the Ruach. That's revelation, these bars are medication, speaking life to the world through a lyrical conversation.
Man, what they talk about? Hey, listen. If y'all ain't did it yet, man, y'all go over to Spotify and all of the streaming platforms except for SoundCloud, what his brother is, and y'all go and check him out. Go down in the description section of this video. All the links are right there. I got to just go and click it. Boom, boom. You're going to be right there. Stream the music. You know what I'm saying? This album here, it has 22 songs on it. 22. And guess what? Every last one of them songs, just go to the first song, hit play, and then just go sit down. That's all you gotta do. Then just go sit down. I did that. I was riding I had what, the 8-hour drive out down to Florida. I play, and then play through. So I'm saying, so make sure y'all go and y'all check out the album. But before we get up out of here, because our time is up, I'm going to give it back to the king one more time. Hey, leave them with whatever you want to leave them with. You know what I'm saying? What you doing next? Shout out, whatever you want to do. But you got the last word. The mic yours. Right?
All praises, Tydal. Like I said, Solemn Prophet family, check out my music. Website coming soon. Keep an eye out. There's going to be some videos coming soon. Keep an eye out on that EP. I don't know when it's coming. I might drop it maybe the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. We'll see. But the next album after that, Within, is definitely in the works, coming out. We'll be launching a new YouTube channel right now. For those guys who don't know me on YouTube, it's Truth Talk Radio. So Truth Talk Radio in the chat down there, that's me. I'm trying to, I can't do everything, but I'm trying to get in the chat with y'all. But Truth Talk Radio, we got scriptural, biblical presentations, lessons, all of that in there. Some of my music is on that channel, but I'm launching a new YouTube channel straight about music. It's called Behind the Pen. All
like
about
that.
Lyrics, all about artistry. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do interviews. It's gonna be a good time for sure.
I like that. Behind the Pen.
Check me out. All music platforms, all digital platforms, your Spotify's, your Pandora's, your Apple Music's, your YouTube, everything. I'm everywhere. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in and tapping in with us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this brother platform, man. Let's let this platform, Inside the Nation Radio, look like its other platform. We the people.
Ooh,
I want to see.
That's a lot of work. You're asking for a lot right now.
I want to see the same. No. I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. You know what I'm saying? We speak edifying words, right?
Mm-hmm.
We make edifying posts. We talk about all of these righteous things and scriptural things, and then let's let the actions back that up. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people is gonna say, "We casted out demons and everything in your name."
Ooh.
And then what we gonna hear? Gnashing of teeth. Be gone from me. I never knew you. So to avoid that, family, let's put in that work.
Hit him with the Matthew 7 in here. Hey, so listen, we about to get out of here. We gonna go out on the same track as we came in on. Let me drop a bomb for this brother. We came in on In My Lane. I want to go out on that track because I want to hit it one more time. All right. 22 songs on this album, man. Y'all go check it out, man. We finna get up out of here. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Everybody, make sure y'all share the broadcast. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit subscribe, and also subscribe to one of the monthly supports, the Lil Brew, the Big Brew, or the Super Brew. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, we appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And everything goes back to the platform to help us keep going. So with that being said, let's get it popping. And we're going to say shalom to everybody.
Your itinerary is being recalculated. Your destination is 1.5 miles away.
Come take a ride with us.
Yeah. What you know about top down in the Mustang? Going about above 50 on the highway. In the fast lane.
Okay.
What you know about just driving down the interstate? No destination in my
trying to stay in my lane. Bye-bye to Mary Jane. Oh wow, how life changed for the better. Had to change gears cause I kept reversing back to my old ways, looking for the cheddar. I'm still chilling in the hood like an engine, but I'm just planting seeds trying to help the youth have a great beginning. Instead of getting drunk and spinning like some chrome rims, they need help, it's to the point they can't phone friends. Without the peer pressure, up in this dark world, we need high beams, don't get hit like a deer or squirrel. Through Christ we all can make it, just let him take the wheel. You feeling sleepy, don't crash, then go through the windshield. We love the fast lane, but sometimes gotta take it slow. You hear them 12s in the back, your trunk about to blow. My tank full, cause my cup is always overflowing. I mash the gas in the fast lane, you see me rolling.
Top down in the Mustang, going about above 50 on the highway in the fast lane.
Riding with the chief.
In the fast lane. What you know about just driving down the interstate? No destination in my way. In the fast lane. In the fast lane.
Sometimes when I be riding, I just pray to the Father. Grateful to be chasing him instead of chasing the dollar. Cause this world is full of sharks as I be facing piranhas. I'm all about shalom, so I drive away from the drama. My eyes on the road, the Ruach gives a clear view. Leaving all the sin in my past in my rear view. Spreading this word to anybody who will seek help. And since I got the Torah, I don't really need a seatbelt. A student of the word, learning as I read. A servant of a higher, he supplies my every need. On a righteous journey, Messiah navigation. I just put the whip in gear cause I know he my destination. It's liberating to break bread on the road. Everybody sharing scripts, we all part of the fold. Iron sharpening iron, metal grinding, doing 90 on Abba's highway, and in this lane is where you'll find me.
Top down in the Mustang, going about above 50 on the highway in the fast lane.
Come take a ride with us.
In the fast lane.
Shalom, shalom.